channel to peace.
Ganda. Ayos yung video na yun, grabe. As in, ang saya-saya panoorin ng video na yun ni Dan, no? Parang interesting makita, no, yung anong camera or anong equipment ginagamit ng mga kapwa mo content creator sa YouTube na Pilipino. Matawagan nga to si Dan. Hello, Dan! Bro!
Yo bro, kumusta?
Kakatapos ko lang panoorin ng video mo. Ang saya-saya panoorin. Ang saya makita ng mga cameras, ng mga ilaw, ng setup ng mga kaibigan natin sa sa YouTube, no?
Yung latest video? Oo nga solid yan. Actually, natutuwa ako, ang dami ring natuwa sa video na yan.
Oo nga eh. Pero parang alam mo, may feeling ako na nabitin ako kasi parang sana natuloy dun sa paano sila mag-edit, anong gamit nilang editing software, mga ganung bagay.
Mismo.
Alright, since sinimulan mo na, Dan, ituloy na rin natin. Gusto ko malaman kung ano yung mga editing machines, anong editing software, tsaka yung workflow, paano mag-edit yung mga kaibigan kong content creator dito sa YouTube. Simulan mo na kaya, Dan.
Yo Nico, as to how I edit my videos, my main device is the iPad Pro 2020. Yes, I am a mobile content creator. As a matter of fact, kapag hindi available tong iPad Pro na to, nag-i-edit din ako ng videos on my smartphone. To get the files from my camera, I use 6-in-1 USB-C hub from Hyperdrive. So you might be asking, anong app yung ginagamit ko na pang-edit ng mga videos ko? It's none other than LumaFusion. What I like about LumaFusion is that it's one-time payment lang. So hindi siya subscription-based. Ayoko nung ganun eh. In my research and in my use cases, ito na yung pinaka-powerful na video editing app for the Apple system. Like so far, lahat ng kailangan ko nagagawa naman ng LumaFusion. So I have really no problem with that. Merong limitations, of course. After all, this is an iPad, not a laptop. You know what I'm saying? So I also have a couple of apps to support that and to support my workflow. Una na doon yung photo editing app, which is the Lightroom. Yes, you heard it right. Lahat ng photos and thumbnails ko, ini-edit ko sa Lightroom. Kapag hindi ako mapakali, nag-a-add din ako ng mga effects from RNI Films and also Visco. But what I think is very much underrated and feeling ko ako lang yung gumagamit nito, no, is yung Fonto app. Ito yung dito ako naglalagay ng mga text sa mga pictures ko. Alam ko marami namang ways para maglagay ng text and all sa mga photos and everything. Pero yung Fonto, I've been using this ever since, and so far sa lahat ng kailangan kong gawin, sa lahat ng fonts na kailangan ko, font style, font size, anything about font and letters, Fonto yung ginagamit ko talaga. So that's basically for the video and photo editing workflow. And then finally, for my music, wala pa akong mga subscriptions sa Epidemic Sound, Music Bed, or whatsoever. So far, ginagawa ko yung mga background music ko para sa mga videos ko. And of course, the default app, that's what I use. It's the GarageBand. Nalimutan ko pala, no, na gumagamit din ako ng Mojo app para sa mga moving text ko, animated text. Libre lang siya pero meron siyang paid version. Syempre, mas maganda yun. Pero what I use is the free version. And I think that's pretty much it. Salamat ulit, Nico, for inviting me. It is such an honor.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Oh, what? Oh, my video editing rig. Rig is kind of a big word for this one, but this is it. This is my editing rig. Yes, I use an iPad for my video editing needs. Yes, you heard it right. I am using a 256 gig 2018 iPad Pro on a Logitech Combo Touch case in order to have access to a keyboard and a trackpad. I can simply use it on laptop mode for my video editing needs, or I can just remove the keyboard attachment and just use it as a drawing tablet with the Apple Pencil. My software of choice for editing videos on the iPad is LumaFusion. I think it's the best option out there for video editing. It's also the most professional feeling video editing app for the iPad. And it is also available on the iPhone. My editing workflow on the iPad is pretty straightforward. First, I have to dump everything on the iPad itself using this, a USB-C hub with an SD card reader. So I have to put everything on the iPad itself. I'll organize everything into one project folder with multiple folders inside, whether it's an A-roll, B-roll, graphics, music, and sound effects. So each aspect or each media type will have its own folder under the main project folder. I'll then dump everything on the user media folder of LumaFusion and edit right away. And editing is done. So after editing, I'll export the file to the Photos app and watch it there for double checking. I will also airdrop the file to my phone and on another MacBook or another iPad just to watch it again and again for triple checking. I do all of that before releasing a video. And of course, after every project, archiving is a must. So I export the project file to a LumaFusion project package and save everything, including the raw files that I used for the video, on a hard drive. So I'm using this one. And that's it. That's a whole round of an editing breakdown from start to finish. Thank you so much, Nico, for inviting me into this. I'm really afraid to say yes when you first asked me because I'm just editing on an iPad. But I know you have your good reasons for including me and inviting me into this. So thank you so much. So yun na nga, no? Nag-collab na kami ni Dan. Tapos ngayon naman ito with Nico. So Justin, waiting lang ako. Okay?
First of all, thank you, Sir Nico, for considering me to be part of this video collaboration. And to the viewers of Sir Nico, my name is Gineil and I make cinematic videos, tips and tutorials, and product reviews on YouTube, and I'm here to share my editing rig and a little bit about my editing workflow. Starting off with my editing machine, I'm using a Windows PC with an AMD Ryzen 5 3600 processor with 32GB of RAM, and my video card is the NVIDIA GeForce 1050 Ti. And the reason why I'm using Windows primarily is its price. I mean, I cannot afford a Mac computer, for crying out loud. So, and to complement my editing machine, I'm using a 24-inch 1080p IPS monitor for my screen, and for my audio, I'm using a Presonus Aries 3.5. And for my editing software of choice, none other than Adobe Premiere Pro. Whenever I create a cinematic video, let's say I already shot the clips and it's time to edit, I look for the perfect music first to match my concept and the pace of my video, and then I proceed in stitching the clips or making sequences, and then color grade my clips, and then the last step of my workflow is the sound design. And that's it.
What's up, Internet? Anton from Hardware Sugar. We're a PC shop and our channel is about tech. So it's kind of ironic na sobrang luma ng PC na gamit ko pang edit. It's an i5 4690K, 12GB DDR3 RAM, SATA SSD. Naka 3080 nga ako pero hindi ko naman nagagamit kasi yung software na gamit ko pang edit, DaVinci Resolve, is the free version. You need to have the paid version to be able to use GPU acceleration. More on DaVinci in a little bit, pero I'm not an camera, audiovisual kind of guy, so wala talaga ako alam sa mga camera, sa lenses, sa lighting. Yung gamit ko pang record is just an old iPhone. So sobrang basic talaga nung YouTube setup ko. But it meets my needs, and as a beginner, actually, sobrang appreciate ko yung DaVinci Resolve. Absolutely free, pero sobrang powerful niya. I tried some other programs before DaVinci, pero yung Resolve lang talaga yung mas intuitive. Medyo mahirap pa rin to understand what's going on, especially for beginners like myself. Wala nga background sa video. But after a while, you can pick it up and it's easier to pick up compared to the other programs I've tried. And the features, what you're able to do with it, it's a professional editing suite for free. So any of the fancy effects that you see or you can do in other editing programs, kaya rin sa DaVinci. You just need to sit down and really take your time, learn the system, learn the software. Sobrang galing na, libre siya. Yung channel namin is proof that you don't really need a lot of expensive hardware. Yung PC, yun nga, medyo high-end yung 4690K dati, pero lumang-luma na siya ngayon. DDR3 RAM. DaVinci Resolve is completely free. No need for fancy cameras. I'm just using a cell phone. So yung channel namin is proof that you don't really need a lot of fancy equipment or software to start out on YouTube.
Sa kasalukuyan, kamusta kayo mga Nico Volantian? Yon. Hindi ko alam tawag yung subscribers mo, Sir Nico. Pero yes, this is my very quick desk tour setup. Very quick desk tour. I hope it's gonna be enjoyable and enjoy this video. First of all, ow! Nauntog ako sa hairlight. Ow! Ito yung hairlight ko. Sir Nico, may hairlight ako. Meron akong softbox. May light leaks pa siya. Tataglaga pa yun ng tape kasi bago to eh. You know, alam mo naman, product shoot. So, itong desk na to, galing siya sa Facebook Marketplace. I bought it for 3,500 pesos. Ano siya? Para siyang rip-off ng standing desk. Kasi, yung sa akin, I can't afford a standing desk. So, binili ko na lang is, you know, rolling desk. Kaya, meron siyang wheels sa baba. Extension ako doon. Ayun, extension. But may wheels yan sa baba. Just in case na gusto kong gumalaw kasi magalaw-gaw akong tao. Over here, let's start over here. Makikita ninyo. So, makikita ninyo, meron akong headset. Yan ang Razer something na headset. Basta yan, may lalagyanan din 93 pesos sa Shopee. May lamp ako sa likod minsan pag binubuksan ko yung light. Sample, boom. Ayan, pag gusto kong ganyan yung setup ko. And then, laptop ko is yan ay Asus Tough Gaming A15 with an RTX 6020. Ayan, ini-edit ko kasi dyan, both sa mga videos. Ini-edit ko dyan, yung mga future nyo. Kita na lahat ng mga ginagawa. De, joke lang. RTX 2060 yan. Ryzen 9 5900H. And then, 16 gigs of RAM. Over here, dito sa ating here. Okay, so over here in this area, sobrang simple lang naman, sir. Simple lang yan. The Marco Mars Minimalist Simplistic Setup. Tawag dyan. So, ilangan natin, sir. So, makikita mo yung keyboard ko. Mini, so yan. Mahal yan. Sobrang mahal yan. Pang ano yan eh. Pang aesthetic gamers. Hindi, seryoso, mura lang yan. So, wala na yung mouse yan, sira na. So, yung current keyboard ko. I'm not really the guy who loves keyboards. So, di ako fancy pagdating sa mga mechanical keyboards kasi, ewan ko, I'm not really into building or being. Basta, wala pa kasi akong PC kaya hindi ko pa ideal bumili ng magandang keyboard. So, another thing you have to see in this desk setup is yung mouse. Yan, sobrang ano yan, sir. Mamahalin yan. Hindi, joke lang. Ano yan? Red Dragon, Komodo, anong model ba to? Basta, ayun, Red Dragon Ranger Lite. Rechargeable siya, which is very, very convenient for me dahil partly, gamer din ako. Dahil sa nakikita nyo, dito sa side na to, is yun phone ko, I have a notebook, and a notepad, just in case ito yung nagra-write or nag-iisip ako ng content. Meron akong phone stand, if in case na sabay-sabay yung pinaggagawa ko, nanonood ako ng content habang nag-edit ng videos. Bibili niya yun sa Shopee, Lazada, search nyo ng phone stand. And then, silent gamer ako, meron akong Red Dragon na gaming controller. Makikita nyo rin here, dito sa setup na to, teka nga, dito sa side na to, ito Realme na earbuds na Bluetooth, bigay sa akin ng aking pinakamamahal. So, use it every time I listen to music. And sa nakikita nyo sa likod ng setup, and ito to Sunmark Pro Light RGB. Baka may gusto dyan magpa-review ng lights, padala nyo lang. Also, makikita nyo sa likod, at the back, teka, buhatin ko kayo. Makikita nyo at the back of the desk is speaker na nakahiga. Itong speaker na to actually umiilaw yan kung gusto ko lang, pero I'm not really into RGB stuff, pero kaya ko siya hiniga kasi yung speaker on this side is very accessible. Sample, on ko siya. Yan, umiilaw na, di ba? Then tap ko lang yung ibabaw, magpapalit yan ng color. Ayun, di ba? Nagpalit ng kulay. Para siyang Guardians of the Galaxy. Over here, makikita ninyo, yan yung monitor, which is a ViewSonic 32-inch. Basically good for editing, around 14,000 pesos. Yun lang naman. Yun lang yung dapat yung malaman sa desk setup. At syempre nga pala, pinaka-importante, kailangan nyo ng Lucky Charm. Charizard na regalo sa akin ng kapatid ko. Ang-display lang yun dyan. At Nintendo Switch, which is sobrang essential for a video editor when you're cramming, yes. Oh. So, desk setup dito sa ilalim nakalagay extension, laptop, power bank, Osmo Action na naka-charge dahil nagbo-bike vlogs ako recently. I will say one of my most favorite parts dito sa setup na to is yung desk dahil gawa nga ng 3,500 lang siya at hindi siya standing desk. Ang standing desk kasi is around 14-15k mga ganun. So, maybe someday in the future, hindi pa ito yung final 2022 setup ko dahil nga wala pa ako dun sa studio space kung dito lang ako sa bedroom. And yun ang aking desk setup. For workflow, ito na yun. For editing workflow, drag and drop, organize yung files, organize yung folders, that's it. Baka sumobra na ako sa 5 minutes, but I will say a quick message sa'yo. Thank you for this opportunity. At thank you na nasubaybayan ko si Bols's life bago siya naging Nico Volante. And ayun, sobrang happy ko na naging part ako ng video na to. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe sa channel ni Sir Nico. Ring that notification bell para updated ka sa lahat ng magiging uploads niya. At yun lang naman ang super duper quick desk tour ko. Peace out!
Hey guys, my name is Justin, and today I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the computer I use and kind of my software of choice to edit my videos with. But first, I want to say thanks to Nico for asking me to be part of this video. So, on to the goodies. So the computer you see behind me is the 2019 MacBook Pro 16-inch model. It's the 3.4 GHz i9 processor CPU, and it's got a pretty spec'd out 64 gig of RAM and 8 gigs of GPU. Now I'm a PC guy. For all of my life I've been a PC guy, but I recently purchased this guy secondhand early last year before leaving Manila, and I've just been enjoying using it so far ever since. That I don't know if I'll ever be able to go back to like using PC. But yeah, it's just everything has been so smooth. The 64 gigs of course helps a lot, and I've never felt that I needed more power, especially since I'm always on the go. I'm always traveling with my family. This guy's just been able to handle everything I've been throwing at it. And of course, in terms of software, I use the Adobe editing suite, Adobe Creative Cloud. I use Adobe Premiere to edit my videos, After Effects in conjunction with that, and of course Audition all the time to clean up my audio. In terms of graphics, photos, I use Lightroom, Photoshop, and Illustrator. I like using the Adobe ecosystem because it's just like everything is just flowing smoothly from one app to the other. So it's just, in terms of workflow, I feel like that is the best for me. But when I'm not using my laptop, I'm like maybe in a more mobile situation, I use LumaFusion for the iPhone or the iPad. I just think it's the best video editing app out there. It is paid, but it is super cheap. And it's the closest thing you will get to Adobe Premiere, I would say. So yeah, that is kind of my computer setup and my light mobile setup there. So again, thanks Nico for inviting me to do this video.
Hey, what's up guys? Ranadon Shalin po eh. Maraming salamat po Mr. Nico Bolante sa pag-imbita sa akin dito. Now, I am using 3 machines for editing dito sa loob ng attic. I have a 27-inch iMac with a 64GB of RAM and i7 processor. So, yan ang madalas kong ginagamit kapag ka nagla-live stream ako ng mga clients ko. I also use that for editing and for music or audio or band recording. Now, I also use my portable MacBook Air M1, itong madalas kong gamit ngayon kasi pagka gusto kong kasama ang mga anak ko at ang asawa ko, doon ako sa kwarto magtatrabaho. I'm just using the MacBook Air M1. The base model, I'm not sure kung anong specs meron yon, pero that's the base model in the 256 SSD drive. I mean, siya yung pinakamurang M1 model. And I'm using DaVinci Resolve ang gamit kong editing software. Kung di mo pa napapanood ang reasons ko kung bakit ako nag-switch from Premiere to DaVinci Resolve, panoorin mo dito. Kapal ng mukha eh. Now, ang pinaka-workhorse ko, pagdating sa pag-i-edit is this one. This is the MSI Creator. Nakalimutan ko. Ni-review ko to pero nakalimutan ko. Teka, check ko muna ha. Okay, ulit. Take 2. My workhorse or my main editing machine is a Windows computer or PC. Now, I'm using the MSI P100X and the monitor is the Creator PS321 URV. Parehas MSI yan. Now, itong system unit ko ay may i9 10900K processor. I'm not sure. Hindi ako masyadong techie pagdating sa mga computers. Ang chipset niya is Intel Z490 dahil nag-upgrade na ako. Ang graphics card niya is the MSI GeForce RTX 3080 10GB GDDR6X graphics card. Yes, minax out ko na siya. Ang kanyang system memory ay 2 DDR4 2933 MHz UDIMMs na merong 64GB ng RAM. For the storage, I believe 2 TB ito, naka-partition. So, bali 4 TB in total. Now, for my editing workflow, syempre, pagbukas ko ng DaVinci Resolve, I just import my media files first. Make sure I I create folders for them para hindi ako malito-lito. Once I have imported all my assets or my videos, I start editing. Basically, I edit as I go. No, hindi ako edit lahat muna and then scoring naman, and then sound design. Hindi. Ako, kunwari intro, i-edit ko, lagyan ko na ng scoring and sound design yung part na yon. And then go to the next part, trim videos, cut and trim videos, lagyan scoring and then sound design. Ganon. So, I edit as I go. Sana gets nyo. Kasi yung iba nagka-cut muna, in-offline edit muna, and then nilalagyan ng scoring, and then nagko-color grade. Ako hindi. I edit as I go. So, pagtapos kong mag-edit, pagtapos kong bitawan yung keyboard and yung mouse, tapos na yung buong video. Di na ako mag-scoring at magko-color grade kasi ginagawa ko na siya as I go. Sana naiintindihan nyo. So basically that's it. Yun po ang editing workflow ko and yung aking mga editing machines. Once again, this has been Ryan Denshal and thank you so much Nico for having me here. Sana mas marami pang collab. No.
Glenn Upgraded here. So before ko i-share sa inyo yung most recent and in progress ko na video editing setup is gusto ko i-share sa inyo yung talagang naging video editing setup ko for a long time. I think almost 95% or more na mga video contents ko online ay gawa dito. So, ang gamit ko before is LumaFusion. Nag-edit ako sa iPhone. Nag-start ako iPhone 6s Plus, then 7 Plus, iPhone 10, and 11 Pro Max. So far, naging okay naman siya. Naging bread and butter ko siya for video editing. So, encouragement yun para sa mga mobile filmmakers. So, yun. Very recently lang, nag-upgrade naman ako sa Mac Mini M1 na may internal storage na 256GB and 16GB ng RAM. So, to compensate para dun sa mababang internal storage natin is I'm using an external SSD. So, ang gamit ko is SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD na version 2. So far, palag naman siya. Kinakaya naman niya kahit papaano yung mga raw footages na 10-bit and 12-bit. Medyo may konting hiccups pero pwede pa rin. So, ang video editing software naman na ginagamit ko is DaVinci Resolve. So, from LumaFusion, nag-jump tayo kagad sa DaVinci Resolve Studio kasi very powerful ng node-based color grading. And I think dun din ako papatak. Kumbaga, dun din ang tungo natin no, sa video editing. Especially kung mahilig ka mag-color grade. Yan. So, DaVinci Resolve. So, hindi ko na-experience yung Final Cut and Premiere. So, diretso na tayo sa DaVinci Resolve. So, I will highly recommend to check that out sa mga naghahanap ng libre or naghahanap ng maganda na video editing software. Kasi ang nagustuhan ko sa DaVinci Resolve is I can grade my footages correctively and also creatively. So, depende sa'yo kung ano yung look na gusto mo and then ma-achieve mo siya. Basta aralin mo lang siya. Medyo overwhelming siya tingnan sa simula pero kaya nyo. Kaya natin yon. And kung maging komportable na tayo sa pag-edit sa DaVinci Resolve, siguro explore din natin ng After Effects. So, we'll see. Next naman is ang gamit kong monitor ay Asus ProArt monitor na 27 inches. 8-bit monitor lang siya pero so far wala naman ako naging issue sa pag-edit ng 10-bit and 12-bit footages dito. So, wala akong nakikita ng mga banding or artifacts. So, I think okay siya. And color accurate. Yun yung isang nagustuhan ko na na-pair ko talaga sa DaVinci Resolve for me to be able to get the color that I want. Kung ano yung nakikita ko sa screen, yun yung export ko. So, importante yun. So, yun yung isang nagustuhan ko. So, yun yung video editing setup ko. Mac Mini M1, DaVinci Resolve Studio, and Asus ProArt monitor. So, thank you Nico for having me here. I love you.
JFlo here. Sir Nico, maraming salamat at napasali naman ako sa listahan mo. In regard to this video, kung ano bang mga hardware ng gamit ng mga YouTubers o Filipino YouTubers in general. And I'm gonna start off to the hardware muna. I am just currently rocking on my custom built PC, which has a processor of the Ryzen 7 3700X yata. Yun, I'm not really sure. 32 gigs of RAM, 256 SSD for my softwares, pero I have a separate hard drive for my storage, which is just set for 4 or 2 terabyte. I'm not really sure. And sa GPU ko naman, which is a really downside for me, and it is still not a great time to buy a GPU at this moment, is still the GTX 1050 Ti. So medyo alanganin tong GPU ko, but it can work naman if I shoot 4K like really big files at 10-bit, pero wala akong 10-bit. Pero I've tried na mag-edit ng 10-bit tapos pinoxy ko na lang and all, and this is all sitting on Asus. I'm not really sure. I think Asus 450M motherboard. Medyo hindi talaga ako marunong sa mga specs when it comes to PC. Basta kung meron lang mga RGB dyan, RGB fans and LED strips, okay na ako tignan dyan. Tapos kumaka-edit ako ng full HD and maybe sometimes 4K na smooth, I'm good with that. But soon, upgrade ako maybe sa sa GPU. So that is it for my hardware. The software that I'm using, I chose. It all started with Filmora talaga. I started with Filmora nung nagko-cooking channel pa ako, cooking videos and whatnot. And then medyo nabitin na ako. And running Filmora is like really smooth talaga. Even you don't need a higher end specs computer kung gusto mag-Filmora. But now, ngayon, I am using the Adobe Premiere as my editing software kasi medyo versatile and flexible na siya. I can do proper color grading, and then medyo nasanay na rin ako sa mga shortcuts and all. Yun nga lang, if you are doing heavy files or whatnot, you have to proxy it sa encoder niya so you can have a smoother edit. But soon, maybe I'm thinking about upgrading to Mac, and then I'll be switching out to Final Cut or DaVinci Resolve. Pero that's still in the near or the far future. So that's it. And then sa flow naman sa editing ko, it's just very basic. I'm not sure if kasama pa to, pero the flow of my shoot basically is I do some shot list first, conceptualize if my montage or B-roll. Dati inuuna ko yung clips, but now inuuna ko na yung music, and then I align everything in there. For the product reviews, the sit-down videos and whatnot, that is way easier than producing cinematic or montage videos. So yeah, thank you again, Sir Nico. God bless, stay safe, peace.
Alright, as for me, I use a Lenovo Legion 5, yung 2020 na model. And this is a 15.6-inch laptop with a NVIDIA GTX 1650 graphics card and an AMD Ryzen 7 4800H processor, 16 gigs of RAM, and a storage of 512 gig na SSD. Now, for the editing software, I use Adobe Premiere Pro because I am subscribed to the whole suite, the creative suite of Adobe, because I use Audition, I use Lightroom, I use Photoshop, and of course Premiere Pro. So naisip ko, kung magsasubscribe ako sa lahat ng yun, mas mahal pa kesa mag-subscribe dun sa buong suite. So I got the whole creative suite. Now, when it comes to my editing flow, I start by, cutting all my footage into the Premiere Pro timeline. While editing, nag-a-add na ako ng music, especially kung yung footage ko yung mawawala yung dialogue, tapos music lang siya. Tapos, pag natapos na lahat yon, I move to Adobe Audition at inaayos ko yung levels ng lahat ng audio, whether it's dialogue, whether it's music. Then I go back to Premiere Pro, then tsaka ako magko-color grade and i-add yung mga graphics, and then from there, I export my file and upload to YouTube. So that is my editing setup. Alright, so that is it for this video. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nag-send ng videos nila, and pasensya na dun sa mga hindi ko na naantay. Alam ko busy kayo. Salamat sa effort at considering to give a video submission for this video. And of course, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, I'd highly appreciate it if you hit that like button. Also, if you like videos about gear, tech gear, editing gear, camera gear, and vlogs where I use those tech gear that I discuss, then please subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you'll get notified whenever I upload a new video. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!